was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Wait, okay,
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be reacting to this video. Akaash Singh's humiliation ritual just got way worse. Now, if you don't know who Akaash Singh is, he's a comedian and his wife has been going crazy on the internet. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to be reacting to this video today. And yeah, pretty much just seeing the takes, just seeing what's been happening. I've heard a little bit about this situation. I haven't heard much. So I just wanted to, watch the video, give my insight on it. So let's go.
There's no way a girl this beautiful doesn't break my heart. I was like, there's no way this isn't going to end with me with egg on my face.
Okay.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
All right, so it seems that Akaash
Oh my. Okay. I didn't think it would be this bad. I'm okay.
Singh's brutal humiliation ritual just continues to get worse. Because
Oh,
it's almost
really?
been 3 weeks since Myron from Fresh and Fit exposed Akaash's bizarre relationship with his wife,
Yeah,
how
how's
she
it going?
fantasizes about other men on her podcast,
Okay.
and how she reminisces on all the fun she
Okay,
had in
so-
the frat.
Okay. One thing I do like to say about all these relationship type things, like even with, like let's say a Jada or an Aisha Curry, things had to have already, these just don't happen randomly, right? A woman just doesn't go randomly on a podcast, talking crazy like that, right? It's already something that leads up to it. So the crazy thing to me is like, oh man, how he's not divorced already. I don't, he probably didn't sign a prenup. I'm not gonna lie, he probably didn't sign a prenup. But even then, it's like, I mean, he's only gonna get more money. He's like famous, right? He's a comedian, so it's just like, I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Houses back in college, which doesn't even seem that
That's
bad
crazy.
until you realize that she tricked Akaash into believing that they were both virgins up until their
Oh.
marriage.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect
Okay.
a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this:
wow.
do
And
you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sure. Did you lie, or did you?
31-year-old virgin is kind of crazy. It was probably for no comment. I rescind my statement.
Did you come right out and say like, oh, me too, or was it?
Also, 10 years. I feel like there'd be a lot of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? A 22-year-old compared to a 31-year-old. Yeah, no, it's a bit questionable in terms of like not legality or morally, it just like immaturity levels. You know what I'm saying? So let's see.
What did that conversation go like?
I don't remember how it came. I think she said
You
it.
blacked out?
She said it, and then I was like,
When she said I'm a virgin, you went, your heart exploded.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he got happy. He said nothing compared to.
Exactly. Oh, dude, I was
A stallion compared to anybody else.
I was
that's great.
so happy.
Yeah, that for
so
sure.
relieved.
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
wait, okay, I have two buttholes.
Yo, I wish. This is crazy. I'm not used to spot. Yo, this is insane, man. That's literally. That's worse than Jada. I'm not gonna lie. That's worse than Jada. That's literally. Man, that's crazy. That's. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. He gonna have to. Yeah, he gonna have to dub that. I ain't gonna lie. He gonna have to slide that like yesterday. You know, he strikes me the way just the way he was talking. You know, 31-year-old virgin. You know, 22-year-old. The way he holds her on a pedestal, you can already tell he's probably not ever gonna divorce her, right? So I can already tell this is gonna end one of a couple ways, right? Either she stays with him, right? She stays with him and cheats with other dudes, right? Because I don't know how rich he is. I don't know how their lifestyle is, but I mean, I'd imagine they'd be pretty set. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm assuming this podcast is all she does for work. And if that's the case, then I could be wrong. It'll probably say in the video, but yeah, this is crazy. She lied to him. When he was on the come up. I don't know if this is when he was famous or whatever, but I mean, let's see, man. That's insane. Yeah, bro, you can't. Nah.
Sorry, so one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really.
Okay. Let's rewind. Wait.
I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh
Yo. Oh, but I already. Yo, he's a simp. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. I go imagine your girl who said she was a virgin, not even your girl, your wife, right? Of however many years said goes on a podcast after telling you she was a virgin, being like basically being a whore, right? Just that's insane, bro. That's crazy. That's bad. That's really bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's yo. I'm okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a little disbelief right now. This is crazy. Oh my god.
And the whole thing was so explosive that it pretty much nuked the guy's entire online presence and reputation.
Oh
and
yeah, of course. And this is why it's always important to really make sure that you have the right person with you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to hit out of your league, but don't settle. You feel me? Just don't. I don't care how beautiful she is. If she's like this, bro, you gonna have to do that. She
hasn't even died down yet. If anything, it's just starting to blow up. And honestly, it's become so mainstream that it's now permanently attached to Akaash's brand.
Of course.
Both his reputation and his career as a podcasting comedian. Akaash's comedy largely revolves around criticizing other people's relationships, and most of the viral clips of his routine online have to do with him calling couples out in the crowd. But that really just won't work anymore since everyone knows that he's the biggest doormat of all time. I mean, we're already seeing it happen because during his first comedy show after this whole story broke, he was apparently extremely awkward about the whole thing, and it was clear that it was affecting his act. Like, according to one of the audience members, he pretty much used his time on stage as a therapy session, pleading with the crowd that his wife is loyal and was just joking around this whole time. So the dude's...
Okay, so one bad thing he's already doing right there is he's trying to explain himself. Honestly, like, if there's anything that I've learned so far, you know, in my 18 years of living, just don't explain yourself, man. Especially a situation like this, you just gotta ignore it. The only possible route you could possibly take here to have some semblance of pride left, just leave her. Leave her and don't talk about her ever again. Leave that in the past. Like, but for it to already have gotten here, it has to lead up. It has to go through levels, right? People don't automatically just jump to the extremes. So there's obviously something. He probably gets disrespected every day. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, I don't know, if she literally just doesn't do anything. I'm not gonna lie, because the way I'm seeing like the crowds and everything, it looks like he's really successful. I could just be throwing this out Like,
It's clearly
I don't
going
know,
through
man.
it. I mean, his wife
This looks
single-handedly
terrible.
ruined his career and then bragged about it for clout. Like, she's trying really hard to be this girl boss influencer, but it's only resulted in the destruction of her husband's livelihood.
No offense to the homeless people, but like, you know, when you get on the subway and there's like a homeless person sleeping and like everyone has to get out of that car?
Yeah.
That's what my husband's balls smell like. Oh my God. I hope he's not mad.
Also, on top of the fact that it's likely ruined his comedy career, what's even worse about this whole thing is that it's likely destroyed the dynamic he has with Andrew Schultz and the guys on the Flagrant podcast. Because the Flagrant podcast has always loved to clown on guys in these types of relationships.
Whatever makes you sleep at night. Yo, do you think that your girl has slept with 3 times the amount of guys she's told you?
Fuck did you just ask me that?
I need to make it real.
I didn't say body count.
You
I said
walking
I
around.
want to hear about a couple of the previous.
Why you want to hear? Why?
I just want to see.
What are you gonna get out of that? What are you gonna get out of that?
I just want to make sure.
I
I just want to make sure
you jerking off to
she
it,
got
you
good
cuck?
taste.
Yeah,
huh?
that's some cuck shit.
Just make sure she got good taste. Imagine.
I mean, they probably have over 100 episodes torching Will Smith and everything his wife said about him in the media. But now that Akaash was exposed as the biggest cucumber king of all time, that dynamic
Cucumber king
really
is
won't work
crazy.
anymore. I mean, Andrew Schultz is never going to let this go. And you can already tell that he finds this whole thing to be absolutely hilarious. Because the Flagrant guys actually ended up responding to the whole thing while Akaash was away on vacation. And it seemed like they were desperately wanting to make jokes about it, but knowing how much it's eating away at Akaash, they just didn't.
Changed.
Okay.
It was raining, now it's sunny. Like the shit.
Akaash is in India or Dubai.
A planned trip.
A planned trip that was planned before this madness. Okay? He's there. And obviously we want to talk about what's going on, but we don't feel right talking about without him here.
Mm-hmm.
So once he's back, we're going to have that conversation. I'm sure that will be spirited.
Climate change.
Yo, climate change is crazy, man. It's crazy, that climate change.
Baking soda.
Yeah. Baking soda.
So we're not gonna make any jokes, bro. We're not making
Oh,
any jokes. We're
man,
trying to
this
We're
is-
not making any jokes because we're a serious political
This
podcast.
is-
Yeah, we're high tea, man.
High tea.
And you could tell that they wanted to clown on him so bad, but held their tongues out of respect. Because in the Patreon episode they recorded later this
Okay,
day,
low-key.
he essentially roasted
Oh,
Akaash the entire time, and as a result, a lot of the episode is
Yeah.
just a censored, blurry circle.
And we do it all over.
Oh, that was crazy. Cut that.
Oh man.
How do you want me to cut it out? What do you? What do you
Yeah,
think
what
I
did
should
you
do
want to
there?
cut?
I don't know. I don't even
What
know.
did you want to cut?
I don't even know.
Also, how would you do it? What would you just leave this really funny part in and then cut a random part and then we come back with
Yeah,
nothing?
yeah, absolutely do that.
So what would happen? What was happening in that moment? Were you getting a little wild?
Nah, you said Akaash, and then it was a cut.
I see.
See, there we go.
I see. That's interesting.
No.
If he makes you cut it all,
Yeah,
you better tell me.
I will. I will.
No,
Okay?
wait,
'Cause I wanna-
no.
I want to hear all that same energy. I want to hear all that same
Nah,
energy.
I want to
after
cut. I want to cut. I'm saying it right now.
Anyway, what y'all want to talk about, man?
Nothing now.
I mean, you just know that they have a separate group chat where they send each other all the clips of Jasleen disrespecting Akaash into oblivion. Also, just based off the way they were acting in these clips alone, it's almost as if they were relieved that the truth about Akaash's wife is finally out in the public. Like, they've probably tried for years
Well-
to hint to Akaash that
Okay, so now we're getting into stuff I'm not really interested in. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really care about. Okay, so it looks like it gets back to her in a
his
second.
wife is a
Okay.
monster that only loves Akaash's money. Because
Oh,
the
really?
fact of the matter is that the wife has disrespected Akaash basically the entire time they've been together. Like, there's not
Okay.
a single photo or video of them online sharing a kiss or even pecking on the lips. In fact,
Yo, okay, yo, imagine being this ultra successful rich dude, right? Millions of dollars. You come home, try to give your wife a kiss on the cheek, and she does that, bro.
she
Could never
always
be me.
manages to dodge Akaash
Could never be
when he
me.
tries to go in for a kiss, even at their own wedding. Also, in that same wedding video, she couldn't even say that she loved Akaash. She instead repeatedly says that she felt love from Akaash, which really can't be normal on the day of your wedding, right?
The first day I met Akaash, I felt like I could feel love from him. And then the first date and the first time we kissed and the first time he asked me to be his girlfriend and on, I felt so much love from him that
Yo,
at
do
the
you hear?
wedding
Yo,
mark, I didn't have any expectation for that feeling to increase, but that feeling has increased where I feel even more love from him than I ever thought that I could.
Funnily enough, though, out of all the things to get defensive about, it was the whole kissing on the cheek thing that made her make a response video, where she makes the excuse that she's just really uncomfortable with PDA, which honestly would be a good excuse if she wasn't on TikTok and her own
exactly, like
podcast
talking
about
about how
all the
many
sexual
dudes ain't
fantasies that she's
like,
done
come
and wishes
on,
that she
bro.
could do.
And then I'll also respond to the people saying I don't like my husband because I turned
This
away
is a
from a
demon.
kiss. I've never liked PDA.
Yo, what is
Physical
this?
touch, I find it really overstimulating. And so it's something I actually work through with my husband because that's his love language. And I feel like for him, he tries
All right, so
to.
let me get this straight, right? Your husband has a love language, which is this PDA, right? Public displays of affection, and that's his love language. And you're saying before you worked through all these issues, you know, I'm assuming they've been together for however many years. You decide to get married and then try to work through those. Like, it logically doesn't make any sense for you to get married to someone whose love language you aren't cool with, especially after the amount of time that's passed. Is that just me? Am I like overanalyzing this? Am I looking too far into it? But yeah, she's a whore, bro. I don't. There's. But yeah, I really there's no yeah no can never be me. Can never be me. That's all I can say.
Do physical touch to regulate his emotions, and I find it really dysregulating. So it's something we kind of work through in high stress
Dysregulating
situations because I get overstimulated when a lot of things are happening, and like my mother-in-law is
Yeah, a lot of things like her husband touching her. Barely.
there, my mom is there, and Akaash will tend to kiss me when there's a lot of people around, and sometimes I'm overstimulated, so I'm just like, oh, so yeah, if you want to
Yeah, she's overstimulated in front of a camera with no one but her husband.
know like my whole fucking psychosis.
And so, even if this were the truth,
And you see, like, this goes back into what I was saying earlier about explaining yourself, right? There's no reason to explain yourself unless A, you're guilty, or you're guilty. I mean, a person who knows they're not guilty, for what reason do they have explaining themselves if it isn't in front of like a court of law or something? You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't make any sense. I mean, we all know she's guilty. Like, she just doesn't like the dude. She just knows he was probably successful at the time, and she's like, oh, a successful dude. Let me just act like I was a virgin so I can get all of his money, right? We can marry, and then I'll divorce him once he gets really, really rich, and then I'll be set. Like, bro. Like, come on, man.
Still doesn't justify not kissing him on the day of their
Grown
wedding.
man, by
Or
the
even
way.
just
Grown
recently
man.
when Akaash proposed to her the second time while they were in India. Like, if you haven't seen that clip.
Wait, I've never heard of like proposing a second time. What did they? I'm assuming it's just like rehashing the proposal. You know what I'm saying? Like reliving it. I don't know. I've never heard this.
Already, it's
Sounds kind of
really
cringe.
bad. She not only dodges Akaash's kiss after he gets on one knee to propose, but after seeing the size of the diamond that Akaash sadly paid a lot of money for, it was literally all she could talk about for the rest of the video.
Yo, it's literally blinded me, bro. Wait. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to diamond size chart. Right? Okay, we're going to a diamond size chart, bro. That thing was huge. Because I know there's different, like, obviously it had to have been one of the more, like, it wasn't a lap diamond. It wasn't a lap diamond. What's this? Okay. That was like a 3-carat diamond, bro. 3, 4. Maybe a 4-carat. Let me see. Yeah, I think that was like a 4. Okay, let's just say 3. How much does a 3-carat diamond cost? there's a very high possibility chance that not only did he spend over 6 figures on that ring, 6 figures, but there's a high possibility it was over $250,000. Look,
literally all she could talk about for the rest of the video.
And since I am renewing my vows, I think the only thing you can do is close again.
Oh,
Ghislaine, Ghislaine, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever again?
yes.
notice her entire fixation is on this ring, bro. He's over here cheesing, smiling, being the happy guy, oh, I got my wife another ring. This probably isn't the first ring since he's proposing again, but it's probably bigger than the first one. So not only was this probably around $300,000, right? The other ring was like he had, like, you saw the wedding, bro. That wasn't a cheap wedding. He probably spent 6 figures on the other ring. So in total, he's probably spent around like $400,000 just on rings, and that's not even including, like, bro. Look, just all on the ring, watching it blink on the camera. Look, how many times has he made eye contact? Okay, let's go back. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna count the amount of times that she makes eye contact with this man, right? We're gonna count. Count with me.
Sadly paid a lot of money for. It was literally all she could talk about for the rest of the video.
And since I am renewing my vows, I
Okay,
think
can't
the
see.
only thing you can do is close again.
Okay, she still hasn't made eye contact. Wait, she still hasn't made eye contact. I haven't seen. She still. He's pulling her face once. Was that even eye contact, bro? Wait, was that even eye contact? Wait.
Ghislaine, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever?
Okay, we'll count that as one. We'll count that glance as one. So that's one. All in the ring. I'm watching it blink. Watching the camera. Let's see the eye contact. 2. Another glance, but that's 2. All in the ring. He 2 times. 2 times.
How big is this?
All in the ring.
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
Now, this here, gentleman, is what you call a grade A simp. Yo, oh my.
What do you say?
All in the cheek. Bro just got her a $250,000 ring. Keep that in mind. Glanced at him, what, 3 times? I lost count. Let's say 3.
It looks so beautiful.
All in the cameras, looking at it bling.
So yeah, as you can see now, it's becoming more and more apparent that the only reason she's with Akaash is because he is a millionaire.
Oh yeah.
Like, she straight up doesn't have a job and just spends
so she doesn't have a job.
money.
So she doesn't have a job. So all that girl boss stuff she was talking about too, just non-existent.
All day long, which she shamelessly brags about on her podcast.
Oh.
But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money.
I've heard this take a lot, and I think she should just be quiet. Okay, so let's break this down. Any man that doesn't want a joint bank account is a red flag. So, me personally, I've been raised in a household where my parents do have a joint account, but I do feel like you should have a joint account and you should have your own account, right? Not just hide stuff, but if you want to buy gifts for the other person, that's usually what they do. Buying stuff for each other and don't want the other one to know. Oh, surprises and stuff. But like situations like this, because the crazy thing is I've met people like this in real life. I mean, they're I live in a very social media influenced area, I guess you could say. So this is just like it's very delusional, I'm not gonna lie. So you know what, she probably isn't even gonna leave him. She's probably just gonna drain him of his resources for the rest of his life and just sleep around with other dudes. She probably already has, honestly. Like,
that is actually my
this is
number
ridiculous.
one. They must be generous with their finances from day
And so I think when she says these things,
Okay, so to my guys out there, right? What I want you to do the exact opposite of what she just said, all right? Because all you going to attract by spending a lot of money is people who spend a lot of money, right? You attract what you give off, right? If you give off that you know you're conservative with your money, you don't spend it that much, right? Women like this, they won't mess with you, bro. They won't mess with you. It's that simple. They won't mess with you at all. Like, after, obviously, I'm not saying don't spend any money on your significant other, but I'm saying, like, when you're first meeting them, don't just, oh, here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that. And I'm assuming she was with him when he was already rich. So it's just like, I don't even know, bro. This is
I think
ridiculous.
she's being some kind of stand-on-business girl boss influencer or whatever you want to call it. But in reality, she just comes across as the most ungrateful person of all
Ungrateful,
time.
entitled,
Because she
delusional.
actually could have a decent job right now.
Really?
Like, someone found her LinkedIn profile, and she actually has a pretty respectable resume, so she could be earning a pretty good
So
salary.
she's not just abroad. So all this is intentional. She's manipulating. Like, she's not doing this out of ignorance. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's still doing it. So that makes you know, that lets you know right there, everything she does is intentional. So why would she do this to his, like, does she not realize that her doing this is gonna make the amount of money she has go down? Or does she just want him to always feel like he's under her, so she, like, always has the upper hand? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, we don't do this, I'm gonna talk about this on my podcast, something like that. I don't know, who knows? But it's just, it's crazy to me. It's really crazy.
Instead, she just chooses to waste Akaash's Patreon money on designer bags and clothing while pathetically pretending to be an influencer. So the size of Akaash's bank account
honestly,
is the
that probably
only
isn't that
thing
much
that
for
keeps
them.
her around.
But
And
still,
unfortunately,
she probably
if
has like
this whole
100
controversy
uploads.
ends in divorce, she would effectively own 50% of everything Akaash is worth,
Yep.
as she's confirmed that they
Oh.
did not sign a prenup. Because,
I knew it.
and get this, she thinks prenups are red flags.
Big prenups are a red flag, right? Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. From the whore herself. If you get a prenup, you're a red flag.
Is it just me,
That's cool.
or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one
Look, I'm gonna say this right now. If a girl acts like this about prenups, dash her. Like, that's a dub, bro. Send it to the streets. Get another one, bro.
I asked someone to
Like
sign a
people
prenup.
like Akaash, you know, he said he was a 31-year-old virgin. He probably never even had a kiss, bro. Like, let's be so for real. Dudes like this, they don't know how to move when it comes to women, right? They might be successful, they might be smart, you know what I'm saying? They might be very marketable, very business oriented, but they don't know how to move with women. So what their brain does is they lock in like, oh, I've never had this before. This is a new thing. I'm never gonna get anything better. You know what I'm saying? It's like a first hit of like any type of drug, right? You know, they always say that first hit will always be the strongest, most potent, best hit you'll ever have. And then what addicts do is they keep chasing that, but they'll never achieve it again, right? That's what they're thinking. That's what their brain is thinking. And just the amount of pure dopamine that floods through his head every time he sees her or something like that. So he feels like he's stuck. But there's billions of other women out there. Quite literally. I'm assuming he only dates his own race. So I don't know, bro. This is just burn it. Burn it all.
Because I had
Like-
some like booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup, because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asks me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would.
So
call
she's
off the
sexist.
wedding.
That's not a
Like, I
surprise.
would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
I hadn't.
So yeah,
You see that? You see what she's doing right there? You see, okay, remember in the video before, she didn't make eye contact, right? Like when she was getting that big ring from the love of her life. She probably wouldn't even lie about that, bro. Look, no eye contact, 3 glances, right? But as she's telling him, I'm telling you, she's not dumb. She's very intelligent. Look exactly what she's doing as she's saying this stuff.
then I would be like,
Eye
yeah,
contact.
can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a
Eye
guy asked me
contact.
to sign a prenup, I would be like,
Eye contact.
I would call off the
Holding.
wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
Holding.
You would have called off the
And you see the hand over the head too, right? I'm not a detective or anything, right? But this is like, it's almost like a defensive type of thing, right? If I say something, it's almost like comforting, right? Because she knows if he's an actual man, right, and they hear that, you think they would react like, oh wow, that's very interesting. If I ever had a wife who said this, right, let's just say for some dumb reason I didn't get a prenup, and she said so, well, like, I'm gone. Immediately gone. But look at the way she holds the eye contact. Everything is very intentional. She's a manipulator.
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
Look, holding, smiling.
So,
Look,
yeah,
it's all
this just really
intentional.
looks like a lose-lose situation for Akaash Singh.
This is
I mean,
insane.
he either ends things with her and loses half of his lifetime earnings.
Okay,
or
but cool. You see that point right there? He loses half of his lifetime earnings. He's very famous. He's rich and famous. He's gonna get more. He's gonna get it all back. The worst thing you can do is continue being in the relationship with her. So the longer they're in the relationship, the more money she gets from him and the more money he loses. Like, what are we talking about?
stays in this extremely unhealthy relationship and retains the Akaash Singh label that's been handed to him by the public, which unfortunately he will probably do. Like, he lives this every day. And sadly enough, he's even talked about how he manages his feelings in the relationship on a podcast he did months before this all went down.
Yes,
This is ridiculous.
So we didn't have any tools. Our fights would get
No tools.
crazy. Like,
Huh?
I am very calm with her until I'm not, and then it's hard for me to cap the energy.
0 to 100 in a second.
0 to
You're
100.
0 to 0 for 10 days. And
No, he's probably the dude to say that, and then right after she says nothing to him, right? Because we already seen the manipulative tactics, right? So probably just shut off completely. That's probably what she'll do. Go in the room, and then he'll be like, "Are you okay? I'll buy you a purse. Just talk to me. Remember that purse you were looking at? I'll give you that purse."
then
She never felt unsafe like I would hit her.
Sure.
But like, I hit myself a couple of times, like a maniac, and like, that's not gonna make you feel safe either.
Yo, never spaz out over a girl. Like, if you ever feel the need to act like this over a girl, just leave, bro.
No.
That's
So
not,
it was a
that's
lot
not
of therapy.
normal.
As soon as we
He
got
probably wouldn't know that because he's a 31-year-old virgin, but
together, I'd been thinking about therapy for a while, and I realized I love this girl, and I don't even think I knew how much until therapy. But like, I was like, yeah, I love this girl. This girl, I want to make it
Therapy.
work. I can't let this get in the way. So I started therapy 2016, I think.
Regardless of what he does, though, no one is ever forgetting this. Especially because he's a comedian who used to clown on guys for being in quote-unquote down bad relationships.
Oh, really?
The only thing Akaash has going for him right now is that he doesn't have a child with the lady. Like, even if he has to hand over 50% after a divorce, he can still...
okay. So if I remember correctly, he said he was in a relationship with her when Akaash Singh age, right? He said he was in a relationship with her when she's 39. I met her when she was 22. So she's 30 now, right? Okay, so first of all, 30 with no kids. She's not having kids with this man, bro. Only reason she'd ever have a kid with this man is to lock him lock him into child support right before she divorces him or something. But 8-year relationship. Yo, he's cooked. Yo, he's 39-year-old man, by the way. This is a 39-year-old man talking about he hits himself over a girl, gang. Oh, you can see the grays in his beard. Oh no. This is... He might need to wrap it up.
Once a child's in the picture, it will be 100% over for Mr. Singh, and he will be trapped forever.
Gosh, please don't
Oh, it's
divorce
not full
me
screen,
because
my
my
bad.
credit score is fucked up too, and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess I just...
It
Did I
will
hear
be
that right?
100% over for Mr. Singh, and he will be trapped forever.
Gosh, please don't divorce me because my credit score is fucked up too, and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess
So Akaash, don't leave me. My credit score's in a really bad position. I'm already getting the entire picture, right? She doesn't spend money well. We can already see she doesn't spend money well. So probably what I'm thinking is if she divorces this dude right now, he's ultra successful, but he's probably not like live off the money for the rest of his life without going broke type of successful, right? I'd probably assume his net worth is around like it can't be, it's a good amount of money, 100% with those designer bags. So I'd say like a cool 10 mil, right? Maybe under that. Probably a little bit under that. So let's say he's worth like 7 mil, she divorces him, right? 3.5 mil, 3.5 mil. With her spending habits, just from what I've seen, like on the bags, I'm sure she probably has like a big walk-in closet or something. I really can't see her sustaining herself over long periods of time. That's probably why that's why she wants the orgies. He's not fulfilling her desires. So what she wants to do, she wants to outsource the desires to other men while her financial is kept because she's in a relationship with this dude, bro. It makes so much sense. She wants to go fulfill her desires with dude she's actually attracted to. And just, that's insane, man. This is crazy.
I just would go to OnlyFans or something like that, and like it would
The hell you will.
It will even out. No, I said if, like, God forbid, you
If
know.
I divorce you.
Don't say that.
But you said it.
Why?
Look at the eye contact. Look at the eye contact. Look at the change of voice. Look at the eye contact and the change of voice. This is what I be talking about, man.
It's like I just would go to OnlyFans
Look,
or
look.
something
See how she's
like
talking
that,
to the camera right now?
and like it would
The
even.
hell you will.
It will even out. No, I said if, like, God forbid, you know.
If I
that's-
divorce you.
Don't say that.
This is literally the most feminine I've ever seen her act. And women do this, right? Well, I won't say all women. Manipulative women do this when they want something, right? This is crazy. We're seeing manipulation in real time right now. This is insane.
You said it.
Why are you even joking about
I'm
that?
not joking. You're joking about getting on OnlyFans if I.
I said if.
And now you see the aggressive tone she's yo.
Do it anyway. Those are my feet.
Well, don't even joke.
Don't.
Okay, I guess that's okay. Let's go back.
Joking about
I'm
that.
not joking. You're joking about getting on OnlyFans if I.
I said if.
Well, I wouldn't do it anyway. Those are my feet.
Well, don't even joke.
Don't
about
joke about my feet.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say that his wife has done irreversible damage to his career, his well-being, and his reputation. And the craziest part is that he probably won't do anything about it. Fortunately though, he will be back on Flagrant soon to discuss his side of the story, which hopefully will result in a full blown.
Alright, man. That's been the video. Oh man, I usually at the end of videos, what I would like to do is give my opinion on, you know, what you should do. Don't get in a relationship like this.